It's Week 15 of the National Football League. And up next is this team's versatile linebacker. He's been a constant presence in the middle with 65 tackles so far. We're just moments away from the action, and it's coming up next.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
All bye weeks now in the rear-view mirror. We are full speed ahead in the race for the postseason. Week 15 is underway on EA Sports. They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Brock, he's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. So here comes their offense for its opening drive. And they'll be led out by the longtime veteran at QB.
Last week, Kate, you won't call his effort wasted, never. But you wish a game like that would have come in a win instead of showing up in a contest they ended up dropping. 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's the type of game that wins are typically built off of.
And it took a couple of guys to hold him down there after a gain of just 1. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They give it to him again. And he found some running room for a nice gain. That's going to go down as a gain of 7. Now they're going to have 3rd and 2. Takes the handoff, now to throw. Hauled in left side. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Fields this at the 19. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. So out comes their offense for its first possession of the game. And leading them out, one of the league's longest tenured quarterbacks.
A win is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, or maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Looking to the air here. Has him on the quick hitter. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. He has it at the 33. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And it'll be their football. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. But they will take that execution every time.
First down, and they go right back to him. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Back-to-back carries here. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. The rookie from Clemson in on that stop. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. They'll try and throw it here. He sends this one to the end zone. And he makes the catch. Did he get both feet in? No! Oh, so close to 6. Incomplete. Well, a roar from the crowd as they saw the replay on the big screen, and they will indeed get a challenge. Oh, this one is really close, Brock. Did he establish possession and then get both feet down?
Yeah, maintaining possession while being a ballerina, not always easy. A lot to look at here, but I know he thinks he's got a touchdown.
So a very early challenge, but a good one. Calls overturned, and that's going to unlock a 3rd challenge for them if it gets to that point later in this game. That one right down the middle. And his guys will jump out to a 7-0 lead. He's ready for his run-up, and the kick is away. Returning it from the 4. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The visitors and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And they've been willing to both call runs for him and let him ad-lib as he sees fit. He's top 5 for rushing yards by a quarterback this season. They go play action on first. He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I'm not sure that deficit's going anywhere anytime soon. If anything, this is a defense that sees their offense creating not a ton of separation on the board, knowing they've got to shoulder the load. And sacks like that go a long ways towards doing it.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Finds a man right side. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Pass play coming here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Now this is the dreaded sight anytime there's a sack. He's hurting after taking that hit, and they're going to get out there to check on him. They'll bring out the punter here. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Fair catch called for and made. Looks like that's at the 36-yard line. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he's been more than just his passing touchdowns this season. In fact, you can see it right here. He's leading all quarterbacks in rushing scores late in the campaign. Play action on 1st down. Flushed out of the pocket. He's keeping it. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. Now movement as somebody goes early. And for the first time today, we're going to hear from our officials.
Ball start, offense.
One of the most common penalties in the sport. And the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. They're throwing it. Oh, tried forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. And he adds some yards to the pick before they bring him down.
The best defenses, you can go look at it through the decades, are built from the inside out. And that's not just stopping the run on the inside out, that's playing your coverage from the inside out. That time, beautiful job by the defense of taking away the middle of the field, getting that interception, and setting their offense up for success.
Their offense running back out now. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Short pass brought in. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. 2nd and 3 now. From the 39. That one's caught along the left sideline. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
He brings it in. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. While that play was going on, we see that one of their teammates shaken up on the play. Not quite sure what happened, but they're out there to tend to him. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll throw it again. To the edge of the end zone. Oh, it's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So now it'll be 2nd and goal. Throwing it again here. Has it down close. And in for the touchdown. So he looks to and finds the big fella, and his tight end takes it in for 6.
Such a reliable weapon down in the red zone. You know, kind of reminds me like a point guard making an entry pass to that post player. When you trust your big people around you, and when a quarterback trusts his tight end like that, it makes a difference.
That one splits the uprights. And these guys tie this game 7-7. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Return starts at the 9. This return makes it up to the 25. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he's been more than just his work as a passer this season. Look at this. He's gotten the job done on the ground as well. 2nd among NFL quarterbacks in rushing yards. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug of war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it. And we'll move to the next.
Brought in right side. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding offense.
Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Throwing on 2nd and real long here. Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled for a short gain. Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Back to throw. They get to him and bring him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. They'll send out the punting unit. And this will come from just inside his end zone. Fair catch called for and taken just beyond midfield. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Right up the gut. And And they get there to take him down right around the 41. It's a gain of 12 there. And it sets up first down. Another carry for him. And he doesn't get much here, just enough to get down inside the 40. Second down now, 7 to go. Back to the well again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there, and that leaves him with third down and 5. Back to throw. Caught by his back. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that third down?
We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. Just a field goal separates these two. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. After the field goal, they'll boot it away and put their defense back out on the field. He fields it from the 8. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. The home team's ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And while they've worried about his arm a little bit early, he's been happy to get some yards on the ground, looking like an effective dual threat thus far. Here's a give up the middle. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Escapes the pocket. Now here he goes. And he'll get it up to the 44. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut, second down. Now a give on the counter. And he's up across the 45 on a small gain. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7. Setting up a throw. He puts some power on a deep one left. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect, and now they're stuck facing 4th down.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these third downs.
And he's out of bounds, not the return that he had drawn up, no way, and actually loses yards. Here comes their offense out again. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. Finds a seam down the middle. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. It's a gain of 22. And that gives them the first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Quite the start to that drive, huh? The first play sets him up now at the 38. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, It's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
And he gets this down to the 41 before being stopped. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. From the 41. Completed over the middle. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes, you can get to win-win.
Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they'll stop him after a short pickup to the 24. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he runs this one in for the touchdown. So great work by the running back there, Brock. Found just a little bit of space, and he took advantage all the way for 6.
Big time. I mean, so big time. You know, and you hear running back coaches, Kate, say this. They'll say, slow to explode through. And he explodes all the way for the touchdown.
That one right down the middle. And his guys make it a 10-point ball game. Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
He's on the move. He tucks it and takes off. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. They stop him just short and force a 4th and 1.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got him tackled behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
So out now comes the punter. Wilson back deep for the return. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And he'll get under this one and make the fair catch at the 19-yard line. So no return on that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Here's a throw. Catch made over the middle. And he's brought down after a short gain.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. Markers reset, ball at the 37. And his effectiveness hasn't been limited to what he can do with his arm this season. On that last drive, he reached a significant mark for his efforts on the ground as well. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And it's a pick six as he runs it in for the touchdown. But we all know getting the interception is the important thing, Brock. But how about this guy having the wherewithal to transition into a really nice return to then get the touchdown out of it, too?
Yeah, that's a great point. We talk about it with the receivers, right? Getting vertical right away after making a catch. Same thing for these defenders when they make a pick. They secure the football, sure, but instantly they go back to their offensive days. They want that touchdown, and they want a moment they won't forget.
That one splits the uprights. And these guys take a 3-possession lead. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard. They'll come to the line here. 2nd and 9. Simple dive up the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Give him 4 on that run. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Throwing with a blitz on the way. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. The visitors back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. To throw here on 1st down. Complete over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 31. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. It's a pickup of 11. And they'll have 1st down. Back to throw now. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Finds his man over the middle. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. We're at the 2-minute warning now from Virginia Beach.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Still sticking with the passing game. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll give him a first down. He'll throw it yet again. And it's caught. Touchdown! These guys boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
Kicking unit comes out for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And his guys make it a 24-point ball game. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. Has this at the 6. This return makes it up to the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. Offense at the line, but they won't snap it. We've got a timeout. Another try following the sack. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he found a seam and burst this forward to the 25. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. On now comes their punter. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. Fair catch made here at the 30. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And they're going to take over possession. This offense getting one final possession here before halftime. And up a very comfortable 3 scores. Really no need to try and get anything here before the half. Throwing it to start this drive. Has him on the quick hitter. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Pass play now. Moss hauls it in. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. 2nd and 3 now. From the 48. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. He'll throw it. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, it's fascinating how those routes you run so many times in practice become a whole lot more difficult in the actual game. That was an important 3rd and short to convert. Very surprised to see that play fail.
Fair catch called for and brought in at the 11. So we're at halftime of a lopsided contest thus far. One team with a whole lot of adjustments to make during the break. Now down the coast we go to Orlando.
This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the 3rd quarter. Holmes now to return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. Their offense taking the field now for the opening drive of the second half. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Throwing now on first down. He's got a man left. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Now we're on the counter. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Looking for a throw here. Hauled in left side. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first. 3rd and just 2 to go. Here's a handoff up the gut. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. Stopped for no gain on the play, and that'll bring up 4th and 2.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he calls for the fair catch, and is there to collect it. No return on that punt. And they're going to be backed up deep in their own territory to begin this one. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll throw it. Short pass brought in. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 17. That one's incomplete over the middle. This one misses the tight end. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. He's going to throw this one. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And they bring him down after the pick and decent return. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Throwing from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. 2nd and 3 now. They'll run here from the gun. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. They'll need 4 to convert now after no gain on 2nd down. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Finds a man right side. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play. They'll try and punch it in. And he's going to get taken down near the goal line. It's a gain down to the 1. That's a gain of 8, and it brings up 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw. And that's caught in the end zone for the touchdown. These guys make them pay for turning it over. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
That one right down the middle. And these guys continue piling onto this lead. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. He fields it from the 8. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. This offense making its way back out now. And he's been the victim of 3 interceptions already in this game, Brock. Passing lanes kind of reminding me of LA traffic. Pretty hazardous throughout this game.
Yeah, just a mess and nowhere to go. And it's an awful place both on the highway and trust me, when you're in the pocket looking at this defense too, it's miserable. Everything's been contested. Everything's been hard. No gimmies. It's a real testament to the work this secondary has done.
Oh, brother, it's another interception. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long, but throwing 4, he probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now.
First and 10 from the 41. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. He's dropping back to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll give him a first down. From the red zone now. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. There he goes on the right side. And they finally drag him down, but not until after a very nice return.
And what a huge bonus on top of the takeaway. Not only did you steal the possession, but you immediately, Kate, flip this field and give your teammates a golden opportunity to punch it in for 6. And if they score quickly, well, it'll put that opposing offense right back out there, still reeling from that interception.
The offense getting set to go. And the turnovers have not helped as they find this game out of reach at the moment here in the 3rd. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he's in. Touchdown. These guys make them pay for turning it over. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he can rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
That one splits the uprights. And his guys get it back to a full 3 possessions now, 24 points. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Holmes now to return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Thrown back, gets the handoff. And this one doesn't go far. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Ooh, put some heat on that one, Brock, but it falls incomplete. Looking for the back that time. And that brings up 4th and long. Their punter making his way out now. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he's calling for a fair catch, which is made at the 33-yard line. And after the punt, the offense comes out onto the field. And it'll be their football. On 1st down, they'll run. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. 1 play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And it's a gain on the run, down to the 23. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. From the 23. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's going to keep it this time. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
They'll run here on 1st down. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. This time it's a passing play. Has some room to work. Touchdown! Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
They're leaving the offense out there. They're going to try for 2. He's throwing for it. Escapes the pocket. And he goes down. The pressure gets home, and they will not take another 2 off that lead. Trying to chip away at that lead, but just not able to figure it out there to take another 2 points off.
Yeah, every one of these calls at this juncture of the game tells a story, and right now that story being told is this crew is feeling the pressure trying to chip away at those points. Maybe a little over-aggressive, as now they're still down big.
Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Back out runs their offense. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
They give it to him again. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Completed over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains. New set of downs for him at the 38. 1st and 10, looking to throw. Complete over the middle. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Throwing from the gun here. He's got it over the middle. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down. So we're through 3 here. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. They'll throw it again. Off the mark there, incomplete pass.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
And he'll only get this to the 26 before going down. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Another carry for him. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Call it a couple of yards, and it's 4th down and 5. Now out comes the field goal unit as they try this one. Made his first one. This is a little over 40. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that stretches the lead to 21.
Yet another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
This return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. This offense running out for a new series led by their running back. And his production is carried over into this 2nd half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they've placed upon him. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Catch made over the middle. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Handoff now out of the gun. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Now he takes it. They manage 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the 1st down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's on the move. Now here he goes again. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. that inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And he'll pick up a little down to the 12-yard line. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Now looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Bend. Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
And the catch is made for the touchdown. These guys get it back to within 2 possessions. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
That one right down the middle. And these guys get it back to a 14-point game. Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. Holmes now to return. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40. The visitors returning their offense, and this running back to the field. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones, continuing to hit this defense. More good numbers well into this 2nd half. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a pickup of 26, and that'll give him a 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Throwing now off play action. And not a great choice on 1st down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted actually, so 2nd down coming up. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down for a loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. And he adds some yards to the pick before they bring him down.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
This offense ready to get going again now. And the last time they had it, they ran it down the field on him. I'd expect some better resistance up front if they try that again. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Airing it out to start this drive. That one's complete, right side. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 36. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. Dropping back to throw. And that one's too far in front of them, so now they're facing 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. They are throwing it again. Short pass brought in. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. 2nd and 3 now. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And this one does not go far. Working quickly here. Throwing now, 3rd and 2. Oh, he lost the football. It's picked up by the defense. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
Hey, a normal old stop with 3rd down just wasn't good enough for this crew. Nope, they had to rip the ball away from him literally in an impressive and dominant play that sets their offense up for success.
This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. They're up by 2 scores, Brock, but we've got... So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
Take that fumble away. The officials overturn the call and say he was down. Back to pass on 1st and 10. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. That one's complete over the middle. And he gets this forward to the 19. That's the 2-minute warning here from Virginia Beach. These guys losing by 14. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Let's go. From the 19. Couldn't bring it in over the middle. Incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Here he is to throw. Dumped off to his running back. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And that'll be a 1st down. He'll throw it yet again. This one's caught. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. Before we can get a snap on 2nd down, they call timeout. Has it down close. And he's tackled for a short gain. Trying to set this up quick. Throwing now. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
Now this offense ready to head back out. And you know that interception is in the back of their minds as they head back out there now. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. Timeout taken by the defense, their 2nd. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Back to the well again. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Drive in dire straits, it's 3rd and 9. The tight end going in motion right. Here he is on 3rd and long. Caught, nice gain left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And they're going to have a 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. What a game for our winners as we say so long from Virginia Beach.